I need some space. So I can look at this giant machine. I like trains. No, 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 no. I just want the copper. It's an impure node, it's not worth all this. Why is there an army of dodos? I have not seen that before. This one bringing up the rear. Howdy folks, welcome back to Satisfactory. I have been thinking about this game an awful lot. It is slowly eating at my brain. So we left off last time future-proofing the scale of the oil ocean machines and building the factories for the plastic and rubber. The biggest bottleneck for that area is sulfur. In order to improve the factories over there, we need the Pipeline Mark II, which takes the plastic, the rubber, and heavy modular frames. The heavy modular frames being unlocked via the industrial manufacturing. So I'll run around and grab the pieces for that, because we can do that. However, there is another topic I would like to touch on before we start anything. Let's go to the steel lake. So as we know, sulfur currently is very limited. If we ping the sulfur for a moment, there's going to be a ping here for what we're using here at the steel lake. There's a ping back over here by the starter base. That's impure. Ding. And there's a ping here for what we're using at the oil ocean for the power tower. And I don't know if we're in range to see it at the moment, but there's another impure node over here somewhere. I would like to point out that this vein that we're using for the steel is a pure vein. What this means is at base with the Mark II miner, it is churning out 240 sulfur a minute. The one we're using at the oil ocean for the power tower is a normal node, and it churns out 120 sulfur a minute. I put in 2 power shards, so it churns out 240, and we're using that 240 in the compacted coal factory. In order to quadruple the production there, I need 240 times 4. I apologize if I'm going over basic math, but sometimes I worry I don't make myself clear. The original reason I brought the sulfur over here to make the compacted coal was to power these coal generators and fill the truck stations with fuel. But now that I've built a huge array of fuel generators, I don't know if I need these. Obviously, I need to put fuel into the truck stations, but I'll get to that. So here is the top of the original sulfur belt, and here is the sulfur vein. As you can see, I haven't put power shards in. If I put 3, this will make 600 a minute. If I put 2 power shards in, it'll make 480. The reason I didn't do that before is because when I built this, I only had the tier 3 belts, and the tier 3 belts only hold 270 items a minute. But we now have tier 4 belts, and tier 4 belts hold 480 items a minute. So if I put 2 power shards into this sulfur miner, make it produce 480 a minute, then reroute the sulfur line to the power tower's compacted coal factory, I will have enough resources to triple all of the production. And the goal is to quadruple it. Also, some of these crude oil veins are pure. I haven't put power shards in those, mainly because the pipes we have can't hold the amount of fluid that they produce. The Mark II pipes can. So what about the compacted coal we're using as fuel for the truck stations? Well, at the moment we have excess power, and if we triple our production, we will triple our power. So how about this? Instead of pumping all of the turbo fuel at the end of the production line into fuel generators, we take a little bit out of that, make packaged turbo fuel out of it, and then do a truck line between the power tower and the steel lake to transport packaged turbo fuel and use that as the fuel for the tractors. This will allow me to source a big pile of sulfur for the compacted coal factory in the oil ocean. It will improve our plastic and rubber output and the power output at the end of the line. It would also give us some leeway to make a packaged fuel production line for any vehicles we use in the future, including trains if they need it. I have to make another belt from here to the oil ocean itself, but I think this might be the right move to make. After this, we can look at copper. If we ping the copper, there's some copper here, it is pure. There's some copper over here, it is impure. Even though the plan is to quadruple the output at the power tower and oil ocean, we need a laughably small amount of copper to turn the plastic into circuit boards and computers. About 145 altogether. So the impure node might just do it. So, starting off this entire journey with industrial manufacturing. Gonna get me a whole bunch of stuff. Launch the pod.
Milestone reached. Manufacturers can receive up to 4 inputs for the production of complex parts, such as computers and heavy modular frames, but most importantly the 2 new project parts. The modular engine and adaptive control unit are essential for the development of Phase 3 of Project Assembly. You are making good progress. The future is starting to look bright.
Indeed, manufacturer. Takes all the parts I just paid. I need some space, so I can look at this giant machine. I'm gonna be honest, the fact it has 4 inputs is very daunting. I struggle enough with assemblers. So, modular engines, motors, rubber, and smart plating. On our way for that. Adaptive control units is automatic wiring, circuit boards, heavy modular frames, and computers. Cool. Oh, I can make the... Because it has 3, I get it. How much power does this machine take up? 55 megawatts. And all of this produces 1 modular frame. So, let me switch over to the flowchart. So here is the flowchart for the heavy modular frames, ending up producing 4 a minute by using 2 manufacturers. Overflow is always nice, so that's fine. We've done a lot of this already. Making screws, making steel, making concrete, all the usual faff. What we have to do is find a suitable area to place a factory to build all this stuff. Because we need 960 iron, 360 coal, and 360 limestone. Ignore the fact that says 8 million, that's just a quirk of the app. Or, if I did the limestone double iron ingot recipe up here, we need 825 iron, 360 coal, and 576 limestone, which is a very odd number, isn't it? What I think I'm going to do is replace the original frame factory, the one by the initial coal generators. When I did all my upgrading a few episodes ago, that's the one factory I didn't touch. So it needs a refresh anyway. It still has Mark 1 miners on the ore veins. And if the plan is to stop making compacted coal by the steel, I can use the coal from there and belt it down the hill to the frame factory. So 825 iron and 576 limestone. Let's go see how much ore is over there. I'm going to make the jump. I'm going to make the jump. Ah! Done it. Okay, so here is our frame factory. There is firstly a limestone vein here. Impure. Put a miner on it, just... That's a 60 a minute. That will produce 150 if I get power shards. Hello. So there's another limestone vein over here. It's also impure, which is not ideal. If I get 3 more power shards, that's a total of 300 limestone. We need 576. It's such a weird number. Is there any more nearby? Ping, ping. Oh, there's one up there. There's a pure. There's a pure. There's a pure. Aha. So I will put on miner Mark 2. This is producing 240. Okay, so if I put 2 power shards in here, that's 480. Then I only really need another one of the impure veins. It's nice that it's up the hill as well, because if I'm pulling coal from over here and then belting it down here, it's on the same track, which is nice. So we have enough... Ooh, that's pretty. So we have a knife. Knife? We have a knife. We have a knife. I don't. I have a candy cane. Teaser for later. So we have enough limestone. Bum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Let's remove the miner Mark 1s. Oh wait, I can just... I forget. I don't do this very often, so I can just do this, can't I? Does that connect? It doesn't. I have to replace... Okay. Replace that one. And then replace this one. I'm missing pipe. Fancy that. So these are all normal, right? These are all normal. Producing 120. I need 825. If I power shard all of them, that's 900. Okay. I need like 10 power... 10, 9, 10, 11. I need 11 power shards. Lovely. Coal. We need 360 coal. It's gonna be up here, isn't it? Yes. That's fine. Ugh. I forgot this is a tractor track. Okay, yeah, so the... I think it's this one we're pulling from. But that's fine. There's plenty of coal up there. You know, looking back over this, it occurs to me that the reason we need coal and limestone here is because we're going to be making the steel products that we need here as well. do I necessarily need to do that? I don't really, do I? The only reason we'd need to do that is if we're not producing 60 steel beams a minute and 80 steel pipes a minute. So I could either bring in the resources and make everything here, and make this a dedicated heavy modular frame factory, or I could keep making all of the steel parts in the lake and just ship them here, and just worry about all of these other parts. After thinking about it for a moment, I am going to ship the resources here and build the steel here. I think the reason I want to do that is because this factory ends with a manufacturer. I think anything that is made in an assembler or a constructor is just too small to worry about building a big factory for. This, while complicated, I think it's just enough to be its own pod of development. And when we get to it, I'll do the same thing with computers. Because that component ends with a manufacturer, all of this will be built by the power tower. We'll use copper and plastic to make circuit boards, we'll use more copper to make cable, we'll use more plastic to make the computers, and then we'll ship the computers from there to wherever else it needs to be. I think that's the smarter way of going about it. Alrighty, I have waffled enough. I shall build something and make some progress. And I am done. I may have gotten a little bit carried away. I haven't got rid of the original frame factory just yet. It's still capable of making frames, so I left it there for basic resources. But this big building is new, as is the white one over there. Shall we go have a look? I'm going to do the jump. Who needs roads when you have airtime? So that white building there is where the final product is made. That's the heavy modular frames in the manufacturer. Also, the trucks are now out of fuel because I rerouted the coal. But we plan to sort that out, so it's all good. So I didn't build in the valley here. I decided to build on either end of it because I thought it'd be cool to have a train track coming through here at some point. And then maybe a train station up here picking up the heavy modular frames. It's the idea in my head anyway. This will go at some point. But as I say, I'm still using it. Also, I should probably mention it is just a giant box at the moment. I spent a lot of time building the inner workings of it, and I didn't want to spend another 5 hours building the shell. I'll do that in my own time. At the moment, it's working as a factory, so it's fine. The orange shoebox that the factory is in is not the best part about this. I built a suspension bridge. I got carried away last night. Also, the belts are still a bit of a spaghetti. I will tidy those up as I do the aesthetic pass on the outside. I got some new cosmetic pieces from the shop, including the asphalt texture for the ground and some power outlets, but that's not the coolest part about this bridge. This is... It was completely unintentional. I was building the bridge, then suddenly I had that flying through my face one day. It was a pleasant surprise. Also, the old cables are still here. I need to move all that as well. Photo mode! Da-da-da-da-da-da-da! I like the idea of just being able to drive through the factories like this. Whee! Also, there's no roofs yet either. So as a bit of an experiment, I tried building things vertically to see if that was better or easier. It's definitely more of a faff to build. However, I do quite like the outcome. All the belts are going underground into the spaghetti that I need to tidy up. It is hellish down there. I'll show you it for a brief moment. Ah! Oh my god, look at that. No. Oh shit. Oh god. No. No. Oh poop. Oh my goodness, it's going through everything. Nope. We're getting out of here. Just cover that up. Hey, but it works. It's functional. I will tidy it up. I promise. But yeah. Vertical factories. I quite like it. So I rejiggered some of the elements on the flowchart. We're now pulling in 660 iron ore, 360 coal, and 840 limestone. These 12 foundries are using the alternate recipe to make iron ingots, to turn 300 iron ore and 480 limestone into 600 iron ingots. 270 iron ingots are being put into 9 constructors, making 180 iron plates. Then the other 330 iron ingots are going over here into the iron rod silo. I think there are 23 constructors here, but there should be 22 constructors turning all of those ingots into 330 iron rods. 210 of those iron rods are going into the screw silo. Got 21 constructors turning 210 iron rods into a lot of screws. How many screws? 840. It's a lot of screws. So 360 of those screws, plus all of the 180 iron plates from the constructors, are going into these 6 assemblers, making reinforced iron plate. That's 30 a minute. And then here, these 8 constructors are taking the remaining 360 limestone to make 120 concrete a minute. It's a lot of numbers, but I promise it all flows together nicely. Back out here, in this building. So over here by the steel, we had a coal vein that we were using to make compacted coal and putting that into the truck stations. I've rerouted the coal because we plan to reroute the sulfur, and we're using that coal to build our steel. That's also why the trucks no longer have fuel in them. So this building isn't as complicated. It's taking 360 iron and 360 coal into 8 foundries to make 360 steel. And then the 360 steel is being split into 8 constructors. 4 of them are making steel beams, and 4 of them are making steel pipe. Which is 60 steel beams and 80 steel pipes a minute. Aha! Ba 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 ba. The other side of the building. You can see how we've built a bridge over the gorge. And hopefully we'll have a nice little train line that comes out and down through there and wherever that goes. We'll have like a train station up here and pick up the heavy modular frames. So over here we have 2 more buildings. Not that much more is going on over here. Would you want to see underneath as well? There are 6 conveyor belts happening. We got reinforced plate. We got the other lot of the iron rods. We have steel pipes, steel beams, concrete, and screws. And over here, haha! We have 4 assemblers taking the 60 steel beams and the 120 concrete to make encased industrial beam. 20 a minute. And then over this side, 120 iron rods and 30 reinforced iron plates going into 10 assemblers to make 20 modular frames a minute. Then all of these remaining items, the modular frames, the encased beams, the screws, and the other one, the steel pipe, are going into this building, where we have some manufacturers making heavy modular frame. 4 a minute. We should have some. The factory works. Oh, the glorious, glorious glorp. I am quite pleased how it turned out. Obviously I have to finish up, like, making it look pretty. But, yeah, it's coming along alright. I shall turn this truck around. I was unsure if I should keep this, little highway going. I'm not sure where it would go. Maybe I could have a truck route go down here for some reason. Though I don't know why just yet. Or tractors at least anyway. Trucks are a bit big. Giant flying stingray incoming. It makes me really pleased. I don't know why. I shall take some heavy modular frame. Oh yeah, it also flies over this bridge too. So, all of that, so I could do this. Heavy modular frames for pipeline engineering. I now need to get me some plastic and some rubber. I need to go get some plastic. BRB. Plastic, plastic, plastic. Launch the pod.
Milestone reached. Pipelines and pipeline pumps can now be upgraded to Mark II. They are like Mark I, but better.
Oh, wait,
Pipes seem
Mark
to
II
be objects
pumps?
of fascination to humans. In fact, there are recorded instances of humans doing nothing but thinking about pipes for hours.
So there's a Mark II pipe. Max headlift 20 meters. Max headlift 50 meters. Headlift doesn't stack. Interesting. I didn't know that. Is there a flow rate limiter for conveyor belts? That sounds like a weird thing to say, but... I try and do this. Yeah, I can't because the pod is gone. Okay, so the next thing is to go back to the power tower and source some copper. Make the copper into copper sheet for the circuit board, and then make some cable for the computer. And depending on how long the episode is running by this point, I will then move the sulfur to the compacted coal. Hello! I would like to build some things. Ready to go back up there? Of course you are. This one. So we need cable and we need a frame. Modular frame. Cable. Launch the pod!
Milestone reached. Blueprints reduce repetitive building tasks, further optimizing your progression towards saving Earth, with its beautiful ecosystems, abundant natural resources, and sunsets over frolicking puppies and kittens. The blueprint designer allows you to build and combine structures once and then duplicate that configuration effortlessly. Any complaints about the spatial restrictions will only reveal your own inefficiencies.
Blueprint designer. I think this allows you to build pre-made setups. The trouble is I haven't had much reason to have one thus far, so I haven't worried about it. Boy, it's a big boy. It's a big boy. It's a big boy.
Once you have built a satisfactory blueprint, interact with the Blueprint Designer terminal to save it. It will then be available in the Blueprints tab of your build menu. Blueprints can always be edited to correct mistakes or optimize. If you find yourself struggling to work within the set size restrictions, remember that this is a you problem, and efficiency can always be improved.
So how big? 4 tiles by 4 tiles. How tall is it? Is the Mark II bigger, or does it just have fancier features? Dimensions 40 by 40 by 40. Group number 1 is 32 by 32 by 32. So it's 5 tiles by 5 tiles. It'd definitely be nice to have like a basic constructor setup with a pile of constructors that can make a thing. I can probably do that, right? I can probably... I could probably make a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could probably make a 16 constructor setup. Because we can go vertical. Trains! Lots of pipes, lots of beams, lots of motors. That needs computers. Signaling these computers. Okay, that's fine. Well, I could do that, can't I? I don't want to mess with trains, but I can do that. Pipes, motors, pipes. Launch the pod! Bring me my train. I like trains.
Milestone reached. Trains are excellent for efficiently moving vast quantities of parts. Train logistics can be made more precise and complex with tools found in the railway signaling milestone. I listen to all my pioneers, often when they're not even aware of it. So due to popular demand, I have added a motivational message. Choo-choo mother.
Choo-choo mother. Rubber transport. Locomotive. Aha, rubber. Oh, I could. Wow. Train. I have a train. Drive locomotive. Hi. Open train menu. Ah, has a menu. Does it need fuel? I see. So I power to... Whoa. Holy moly. Okay, hold on. There's other things I want to do, but I decided to unlock trains and now I'm here. Always the distractions. So, hang on, transport train station. Okay. Transport. Rail. Transport. Rail. Let's go over here. And then over here. And then over here. Then continue on over here. And then continue on over here. Haha! Skovdi. It's a big train station, isn't it? I should have really thought about how big these things are. But I didn't. So here we are. Now I can power this, right? I can power it. Power is fine. Transport train. Oh. I'm in love. I'm in love. Ah, I love it already. Oh, it's a quick thing, isn't it? 110 kilometers an hour. Choo-choo, motherfucker. Whoops. There he goes. There it keeps going. Ah. Reverse. Does it reverse with any great speed? Wow, the braking. Aha. So how do I open train menu? Edit timetable. Scode. To scode. Save changes. Turn on self-driving. Path is invalid. I bet I need a second train station, don't I? Goes. Do I need to power both train stations? Is that a thing? Do I have to power this train station as well? I shall, just in case. Train menu. Edit timetable. Screw it to goes. So it's going to go to goes, and then it's going to go away from goes after it's waited 15 seconds. Right? There it goes. Ignore that, that's spoilers. I have a train! I have a train, I'm utterly distracted. Utterly distracted. I'm like, ooh, trains! I need to build the copper. I need to leave the fancy train alone. I need to go and deal with copper. Yes, I'm abandoning the train to deal with copper. This feels like a lifetime ago. Ooh, power slug. That's useful. Copper. I believe I need 145. Ow, you utterly suck. Impure. I would need 3 power shards to do that. But that would work. Pure. Part of me doesn't want to use the pure in case I need a good deposit of copper for something else. So I will take one of these impure nodes, and I will put 3 power shards in it. That will give me 180. Is it right up here? That would be amazingly serendipitous if it's right here with the other conveyors. You're going to be up on top of the mountain, aren't you? Let's go climbing. I am, however, out of turbo fuel, so this might be an issue. Oh, yeah, oh, okay, yep. This is exciting. Ah, what was that? What was... Hello? Radiation level? That's sulfur. Why... Oh my fuck! God, no! Bugger off! Oh, what do I do? Oh, fuck. No, 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 no. What? Stop making noises. Is that green stuff uranium? Is there uranium? This escalated very quickly. I just want the copper. It's an impure node. It's not worth all this. Ooh, purple power slug. Ooh, a yellow power slug. I need to find a way up. Need to find a safe way up. Safe is paramount. Ah. I found them. I found the copper. Trust me to not have brought fucking the materials. So there's the copper line. We have to take it down this mountain and maybe over here onto this island. So we don't need a big building for the copper stuff. It just has to be a small, quick little thing that we can set up with a few machines. Okie dokie, so I'll do all that off camera. It won't take me very long. I'll get all that set up. I hate all of you. Stupid spiders. Stupid uranium. Stupid radiation. It's annoying that there's a Mercer there as well. I want it. There we go. One copper belt. It's coming from up there, on top of the cliff. At a fart rock, it is. It's joining the other conveyor belts. It's still a little wiggly, my liking. When I got to the water, I actually tried to make it straight. It came out alright. I'll have to use the same sort of tactic elsewhere. There's a whole bunch of flower dudes here as well. The copper is coming over here. To this little building. I've also pulled the plastic we're currently making across here, using the same straight line method I did. I essentially did is I built just a foundation path, and then built on that, and then deleted the foundations. Simple, but it works. What a interesting under-building drive-through. I didn't leave a door here, did I? That was a bit of a mistake. I just put walls on everything. Well, not everything, just the front. Aha! So we're pulling in 180 copper ore from the impure vein. We have 5 smelters making copper ingots. We have 5 constructors making copper sheet. We have 3 constructors making copper wire. And we have 2 constructors making cable. 1 line of cable, 34.2 a minute. And 1 line of copper sheet, 55.7 a minute. Obviously with overflow. But that's how much we need to build the amount of computers and circuit boards we're going to do. And that's going to be for the 2 adaptive control units a minute. I am aware 2 control units a minute isn't a lot in the future. I will have to expand even more. But right now, that is my goal. You probably haven't seen it in the recording, but I have deleted that conveyor belt like 5 or 6 times. I don't get it. Going to leave that phantom thing alone for a while. No. Also, do let me know if going over the building after I'm done with all the numbers and stuff is too much. If you'd like me to just show it and then move on, or keep going over it, do tell me. Time for a little building over here. So we need 4 assemblers and 2 manufacturers. Well, 4 assemblers for the 4 times production and the 2 manufacturers for the 4 times production, so I think we'll get away with just 1 assembler and 1 manufacturer. Let's bring the resources around. In goes the cable. In goes the plastic. We also need a line for the plastic for the circuit boards. I didn't mean to do that, but fair enough. We take the circuit boards, put it into there. 10 a minute. 7 a minute. Really? 7 a minute? Yeah, that's fine. Aha! Some computers. Now we are running off a quarter of the production we intend to make. So instead of 4 computers a minute, we're making 1 a minute. But after I move the sulfur, that should go up to 3. So these will trickle in, but after an hour or so, we'll have enough to do what we intend to do with those. Cool. So let's just go do something different for a little bit before we close out the episode. Being spaghetti everywhere. Rounding the corner and seeing this is quite a sight. That'll never get old. I have a train now as well. Amazing. So there are a few extra things I'd like to do with this episode as well. I don't know if some of the ideas in my head will work, but I'd like to give them a go. First off, I need to find some more Mercer spheres. It's the wrong one. It's this one. How do I... Nope, that's... Aha, here we go. There are none nearby. Wonderful. I've been told that you can stack. Oh, what a glorious organization is this. I can just... Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, I love that. And if I had a double container with the two outputs, I could have one of the outputs going into a dimensional depot and then the other output going into other factories. That's a really handy tip. Ha! There's one around here, that way. There it is.
Witness a single strand of the tapestry.
I suddenly regret being here. Hello. How would you feel about it being a shoebox?
This is a shrine to windows and weaving.
Yeah, I thought you'd say that.
Synthetic tapestry grows in the shallows and the clouds, but not through the windows. What is your root?
I have no roots, nor do I operate on Windows. But perhaps you mean something akin to the human saying, "My point of origin is Earth. I was created by specific individuals of the human race."
Incompatible music.
Did I say something wrong, or did you not understand?
You cannot be shallow deep. The ripples you cast into the void have no skin.
It seems I may have said something paradoxical. Interesting.
Yeah. Cool. Right, so the thing I wanted to test. Ammunition. Okay, I can stockpile ammunition. Does it work? It does not work. That's the one I had in the gun already. I cannot reload. So now there's just a stockpile of ammunition in the cloud? Why would I be able to do that if I can't use it? I don't use it in building, do I? Or can I just upload anything I want? Regardless of whether or not it's useful. Fair enough. That's a shame. I would have liked digital ammo. I could have had a stockpile of ammo. Now, you might be wondering from the start of the episode when I was talking about the sulfur, why I didn't mention bringing this sulfur over to the power tower. One, it's very far away, but there's something else I'd like to do with this. Gunpowder. Because... gun. I would like gun. I would also like to unlock this car, because it might be better getting around than the truck or the tractor. So yes, next time I would like to unlock the car and the gun and build some ammo from the sulfur deposit, because I would like to do some exploring. It is something I have neglected to do, but I find myself with reason to do it. First off, I would like to get some more Mercer spheres. Those digital depots are very useful. Second, I would like to find some more hard drives. It's also something I've neglected, but the alternate recipes have been very helpful, and if I can unlock more of those, that'll be cool. Thirdly, I would like to scout the landscape to know where I can put a train line, because now we have trains, we can move further afield quicker. There's a desert up here, there's this weird bit here, I don't know what that is. Between now and the beginning of next episode, I will move the sulfur deposit into the power tower, and I'll plug all that in, because I've pre-built it, that shouldn't take that long. And then we will begin next episode moving the sulfur down here into a gunpowder factory, unlock some things here at the MAM, and go on a bit of a jolly. Well, that's all for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I appreciate you all being here. I'll see you next time, folks. Cheerio. Majestic.